Welcome back to Kings at the Table podcast. We back at it, man. We got our guys, Juan and my guy, Isaiah, man. Welcome to the podcast, man. How's it been, man? It's been a while since I seen you.
Yeah, man. It's been good, man.
Everything good?
Yes, sir.
Still hooping?
Every now and then.
There you go. How about you, Juan?
Oh, man, just been waiting to get back into the slabs to get down, put out some good content out here, man.
Yes, sir. Well, we're going to get into it, talk about this basketball season and playoffs. We're going to start off with this play-in tournament, man. This new format, you could have a 9th or 10th seed to get into the playoffs. What are you guys' thoughts, man?
Well, I think it's too much of a at the last second switch up kind of situation. I'd like the original format that we had. I know this is second time we're doing this, but I mean, I think the original format is the best way to go.
Just top 8?
Just top 8, you know what I mean? It splits everything all the way down the middle, all the way around both sides, East and West, and, all the teams that are in each conference. What about you, Rich?
Man, I'm going to go with I like the idea of this, man, only because there's not really that much tanking going on. Once you knew that you weren't going to make this 8th seed, like in the 10th, when you're in the 10th or 11th spot, maybe 3/4 of the season, you're like, man, why even try to go for the 8th seed knowing that we ain't going to make it? Continue to keep losing and get this top draft pick. And I think the NBA is trying to say, hey, man, fuck that. We're done with this shit, man. Everybody's trying to lose. We're trying to get fans to the arena, and it's not happening. I mean, we're Kings fans, and I ain't going to go to that fucking game, man. Fuck it, dude. I'm a diehard Kings fan, and I'm pissed that they can't even make the 10th seed. I don't know, man. What you think, Isaiah?
It's definitely different, something that we're not used to, but everything's evolving, sports is evolving. So I think the NBA is just trying to find new ways to get people interested. I think it's a good play for like the international fans. They're used to stuff like that with like soccer and or they call it football. So they're used to that. So I think that's another way to bring them in and bring in that international fan base.
There you go. Well, I mean, how about the fact that the NFL added on a team for the playoffs, and now the NBA is doing it? I mean, is it kind of a business move at that point?
It possibly could be. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of strange how now that's going to start becoming the norm. Like, okay, so like how you said, football did it. Okay, so now basketball's doing it. So what? Baseball's going to do it next?
Hockey.
Or is hockey going to do it next?
Can golf do it? Is that such a thing?
I don't even know. Is there a plug-and-play term? I mean, hey, if you lose on this course, it's cool. You have a chance to win on this one. You can make it into the...
There's another hole down there if you want to try
exactly.
that.
There's what is that, the 19th hole?
The 19th hole.
There you go. The tiebreaker hole. What about you, Isaiah? What do you think, man?
Yeah, it quite possibly is. Money makes the world go round, so anything they can do to get some more revenue in there, I'm sure they'll be all for it.
For sure. Well, I mean, this next question is, which team had the most surprising season, but in a good way, not surprising as, goddamn, how the fuck did they suck this season?
To me, I think it's the New York Knicks, man. Like, I kind of was just like, man, and like kind of like a Cleveland Browns situation. Oh, here goes another bum season for these guys. And no, man, they came out firing. They're getting back to their roots of that New York Knicks basketball. They grind, they play big, and I like the way they play. They look nice all the way around. Julius Randle's definitely stepped it up, and all the other, everybody's coming together. And the addition of Derrick Rose and Thibodeau, to kind of get that Bulls feel to it too. So, yep. I mean, I think the Knicks probably is that team.
Okay.
What about you guys?
I'm gonna go with the Phoenix Suns. I just feel like we said last year in the bubble, they realized their potential. And then not only did that happen during the offseason, they acquired Chris Paul. So that gave them a leader. I felt like they were playing without a leader. And they were just out there throwing the ball out and going and scoring buckets, getting points. But now they got somebody to control the tempo, control who gets the shots, when they get the shots. And it's paying dividends for them right now.
Well, I mean, you did bring it up, CP3. This is crazy. I don't want to get too much off topic, but, man, they just added one guy, and now they're what? Potentially number 1 seed. They're second now.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think that,
Yeah, one person can make that big of a difference, especially when it's somebody that has experience and actually knows the game of basketball.
And, at one point, people were saying he was going downhill. Now it's like, how you going to disrespect the man, But you guys nailed it. The two teams, then, I can't. It's either one, Suns or Knicks. I'm going to go with the Knicks, though, just the fact that they haven't made the playoffs in a while. Suns haven't either, but
I think
the Knicks is a little
the
farther.
last time they made it was 2010.
Okay, see, yeah. So it's close, but I do like what you were saying about the brand of New York. It's starting to come back. And I almost get in the feel of like the 90s basketball when I watch them. It's like just defense, and it's more of a chess match, not just go out there and shoot threes and get your guys on the perimeter and just, this now is grit and grind, is get in the paint, cut, all this shit, and then defense. Thibodeau.
They almost look like, remember when Memphis had that grit and grind kind of
with
season
Zebo
with
and
Zebo
Tony Allen,
all those guys. That's kind of that feeling. They give you that like kind of like, to me personally, when the Grizzlies were doing like that, I was like, man, I like the way they play. They play, they play tough and aggressive, basketball all the way around. And that's what I like about the Knicks right now. They're playing almost that same exact style with the pieces that they have.
Yeah.
Well, who's the most disappointing season? I'll let you go first, man.
I'm gonna have to say the Boston Celtics. I just feel like the last couple years they've been on the upper end of the league standings. This year I think is the first time since like 2007 they've been lower than like a 5 seed. So and with the potential that they have, I know Jaylen Brown got hurt towards the end of the year. He's out now, but I just feel like they had way better pieces to do what they did.
Yeah, I'm going to agree, man. I mean, in a way, it almost has to be the Celtics. I don't know if you have them. But, yeah, they were a top 3 team the last couple of years. You got Tatum as a superstar. He's not all-star to me no more.
Superstar.
Yeah,
most definitely.
And then Jaylen Brown is an all-star, potentially trying to trend towards that superstar. But he's not there yet.
Yeah.
I don't think he might not be there. But, man, they got all-around talent. Kemba, the list goes on. The coach, Brad Stevens. But now, with us saying that it's the disappointing season, if they don't make it to the Eastern Conference, you might start putting question marks around Brad Stevens.
Yeah.
Like, is it time to let him go?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Who you got, Juan?
I'm going to have to agree with you guys. I think we're going Boston all the way, man. Again, they've been that team in the East, like, okay, this is the time they're going to do it.
Yep.
This is the time they're going to do it. And no, they always seem to fall short, or they can't put it together towards the end of the season. And it's kind of like just, like how you said, is it time to make a big decision move? I mean, they've obviously, rotated chess pieces around. All right, you brought in Kemba Walker, and then you let Kyrie go. All these things that you're doing.
You got rid of Isaiah Thomas.
I got rid of all,
MVP
what I mean?
season? There was MVP?
Yeah, that was when he was having that MVP season.
Right,
Yeah.
and then you just get Kyrie, and then you get Kemba.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is it that's going on? Like I said, you're rotating chess pieces. You let Al Horford go. You did, all these other moves. You're bringing in good talent, solid talent.
Young.
Yeah.
But it's not progressing into what the ultimate goal is, in winning a championship. So where really is the problem at now, if you really want to get in depth about it? But for them not to be able to be like, oh, yeah, they're definitely number 1 or number 2, and where they're at now, it's kind of like, yeah, that's kind of disappointing.
Well, since we all agree and we're on the Celtics, what is it that they got to do to take that next step to be with the Nets, to be with the Sixers, the Bucks?
It might just be letting Brad Stevens go and getting a new identity. I just feel like he's been there so long. Everybody thought the way he turned Butler around in college would translate to the NBA. For a couple years it did. And then people started to, I guess, catch on and start to realize what that philosophy was and what it was that he was trying to accomplish. And it just seems like they've become stagnant now. And I just think
it kind of reminds me of kind of throwing it off to football. The Rams, Sean McVay. He came
perfect
young,
comparison.
Made the Super Bowl, and now it's like they're kind of catching on to him.
They figured out the system.
Figured it out.
Yeah. So are we just agreeing as the coach?
I don't know,
I
man.
think some players, man, still like a solid veteran.
It might be one like the whole Chris Paul situation. It might just take one guy, and then everything changes, and it might be that one fit. Like,
but I think they tried that already, though. I feel like they've tried that. Like
they've tried a couple guys. Yeah,
that's true.
So I just think like it's just time. Like, not saying he's a bad coach. He's not a bad coach. It's just sometimes you need a new voice. You the same repetitive thing doesn't work for you anymore. It's like we need to switch it up. Like, we need to play faster now. We need to. So I just think a new philosophy. Yeah.
All right. Well, these two teams are getting healthy now, and I'm considering them the favorites to make it to the championship. The Nets, and the Lakers.
I think everybody had that one.
There's some people that don't think the Lakers gonna make the finals, but either way, they're getting healthy. What do you guys think, man, about both their rosters?
You go ahead and go first, Isaiah, on that one.
Well, as far as the Nets go, that's the most offense I've ever seen on one team ever. And I've created teams on Live and 2K. So that's crazy how they were able to like bring that team together. And
Hey, I don't even think 2K would allow that trade. You know what I'm saying?
like, man, but they're terrific when it comes to that side of the ball. I just think when defense comes and they get into close games and they got to stop somebody, I feel like that's where they're going to struggle. And the funny thing is that's where the Lakers are good at. So the funny stat is, I wrote it down, they're ranked, Brooklyn is ranked number 1 in offense, of course, and 24th in defense. The Lakers are ranked first in offense and first in defense and 24th in offense.
Oh,
wow.
shit.
So that game right there is going to be
Don't let it be by one.
exactly whoever dictates the pace is going to win that game. So I just feel like with those two teams, any given night, it could go either way.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty spot on.
That's pretty crazy how you think about it. But at the same time, if you really look at it, I don't think Brooklyn has that. I mean, I get Anthony Davis just won his first championship, but they don't have that full championship mindset.
They got Durant.
They do, but that's the only guy.
No,
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Oh, well, Kyrie too. Yeah, my bad. Messed those two up. But I think that their group has been more put together
Recently.
longer
Yeah.
than you could say Brooklyn has.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Definitely.
these guys are, like you said, they're just straight offense, man.
Yeah.
They got all that offense. LA plays that defense. I kind of, what they say, defense wins championships.
Offense wins games, defense wins championships.
So
But
I mean,
I wonder, because now, like we said, these guys are just getting healthy and they haven't played together for that long.
Yeah.
You know, they know each other from the All-Star. And I mean, when they were younger and all that, and they're superstar players. These ain't just all-stars. But my question is, when it comes down to that last shot, who's taking that last shot? You know, and yeah, you got to trust the guy and all, but these guys, like I just said, they're superstars.
Yeah.
And if you're not taking that shot and that guy misses, I'm just like, man, I should have took that fucking shot.
Well, that's where, when stuff like that happen, you gotta, you know what you signed up for when it come to that.
Yeah.
Like, I got 2 other alphas on this team with me, and at any point in time, that alpha can show that he's an alpha. And I have to be ready for it. I can't get mad. I can't chalk it up to the game and go get the next one.
So they have to already be mentally prepared. There's
Got to. There's
Yeah.
no other way. When you assemble that team, you have to sit everybody down together, and you
Prior.
have to say, look, there's going to be a time where you're not going to get the shot you want. You're not going to get the shot you want. But you have to be okay with somebody else getting it. Because if you're not okay, that's going to affect the
Domino
next game,
effect.
and the next game, and the next game, and the next game.
So do you really believe they actually sat down, maybe Durant and Kyrie?
I'm 100% sure they did.
Okay.
who do you think gets the shot?
That's a good one.
Who gets it?
KD.
Whichever one is the best basketball player, I feel like.
At the moment?
I think they're at the point in their careers where they realize, whichever is the best basketball player. Don't force it. If you gotta force it, give it up. If you think you forcing it, give it up. It can be that simple, but
Matchups.
yeah, matchups could play a part
mismatch.
in it. Yeah,
So-
and then also just play calling, depending on what's called in the huddle. Sometimes it's not them deciding. Sometimes it's the coach calling up and
That's
play for
crazy. Now
somebody.
that you brought it up, Steve Nash is the coach.
Yeah.
I haven't heard his name all season.
You're not going to hear his name because he
That's
has
crazy.
Kevin Durant, Kyrie
Hey,
Irving,
we heard
and
Steve
James
Kerr.
Harden on one team.
We heard Steve Kerr.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like,
well,
but
he's almost like an Eric Spoelstra when he had that mega team. It was
I
always
like
just-
Spoelstra though.
I mean, yeah,
He
he's
took them to the finals
You know
last
what?
year.
I was always hard on Spoelstra about that whole thing. Like, oh, dude, you were given the championship team.
Yeah.
But then for him to be consistently in there
Yeah.
and with the teams that he has,
Defensive mindset.
went to the championship last year. I respect the dude because, like I said, I was just like, bro, get out of here. I could go coach them right now and I'll win a championship. No, but he's like that. Spoelstra, you didn't really hear much from Spoelstra when he had the super team. Right now, like you said, you don't hear Steve Nash's name.
Yeah.
He's got the super team.
Yeah.
So, well, let's talk about the Lakers, though. How about them Lakers, man? They getting back. Anthony Davis coming back. LeBron's coming back tonight with Schroeder.
Schroeder's coming back as well tonight.
Number one defense. I mean, are they the favorites of the West?
It's hard to say they're the favorites when they're 7th, 8th seed and can possibly be eliminated in a play-in game. So.
That's crazy, right?
That's the crazy thing.
They are the defending champions, so you got to put some type of respect on their name.
You got LeBron. You got Anthony Davis. Number one defense. I consider them the favorites, though, man. Even though they're the 7th and 8th seed, I don't see a West team beating them in 7-game series.
That's just the LeBron effect.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like you can't count them out. You know what I mean? And can Utah hold them down? They are the number one seed. Can they
The
possibly?
thing is, you could name all these playoff teams, and we could be like, hey, there's possibility.
Yeah.
But, deep down inside, if we had to put money on it.
I'm putting it on Bron.
Yeah, I'm putting it on Bron. Like.
The day he falls off that horse, man, the whole world's going to just shut down for like 5 seconds.
It's crazy, man. So.
Yeah.
I mean, on his stat alone, I guess we could all agree that we got the Lakers pretty much going all the way down.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say the dark horse team in the West. Let's go West first. Who you got, man?
I'm taking the Trailblazers, the Portland Trailblazers. I just like this year for them. Like I said, the Lakers, all the top seeds are down at the bottom. They got a chance to win it with home court advantage, depending on how the seedings match up, depending on where they fall. And just the way Melo's been playing this year, I think he really inserted himself into that offense this year after having a year under his belt in it. He's more comfortable. You can see him taking those Melo-esque, Denver Melo-esque shots.
Yeah.
Like you see the rhythm in his shots, the pull up, the
old school Melo.
Yeah, where he's getting his shots at, elbow extended, back down, turnaround jump. It looks like the young Melo, and I like to see it because there was a time where people thought he wasn't going to get this chance, and I'm so happy that he's proven everybody wrong.
So you going Blazers?
Yeah, I'm going Blazers.
You got Juan.
I'm probably gonna have to say the same thing, man. Like, Dame is hungry, man. He wants to get in there. He wants to do some damage. And he's putting it all out there right now. And his game is getting better. I almost wanted to pick the Warriors, but
Damn, that's a stretch. I mean,
it is a stretch.
It's
I
shit.
wanted to pick the Warriors. They have the potential, but I'm gonna stick with the Blazers for the simple fact that I think Dame wants to do it this year. He wants to do something crazy. He just wants to shock the world.
Yeah,
That's my belief.
We all agree on this one, man.
That's
I'm
crazy.
going Blazers.
That's
I
crazy.
really believe this is the year for Damian Lillard to do it. And not just him, McCollum. They traded for Norman Powell.
Yeah.
He's a nice fit.
Yeah.
You got Melo off the bench. Sometimes he starts. Covington, Nurkic. It's like, man, Cantor. They're pretty deep, man. And they could compete with all these teams. You got the Jazz. Jazz are nice. Suns are nice and all. Nuggets are a little injured. I'm not too big on the Clippers. But I'm saying, like, kind of what you're saying, he's hungry. And I really believe Damian Lillard's like, hold on. LeBron's just coming back from injury. AD's just coming back. They ain't all the way there yet. I'm going to push that on him like, all right, come on. We going to play each other? Let's go, boys. This is it. I want my ring. He's been wanting it for a while. Obviously, he says he doesn't want to get traded to a super team. This will be the fucking stamp, man. And I get a little hyped about it because I would love to see Damian Lillard.
I would love
That'd
it.
be dope.
It's
I
like,
would love it.
that's
Dude
that old
deserves
school
it.
shit.
Yeah,
That dude deserves it.
I would love it.
And, so I'm going Blazers also. How about the East, man? I'll let you start, Juan. Who you got?
I think I said it before, man. I got the Knicks. The Knicks are going to be that one team that gives everybody who they play against problems. I excuse me. I think I like that basketball, man. I to me that's that old school stuff.
Yeah.
That's where I see that. I see the Knicks just running them, man. And everybody's coming along together. I like the way that Derrick Rose is handling the team offensively, making pushes and everything. And then Julius Randle, you got the man balling out of control right now.
Yeah,
I think he's one of the biggest. He's
New
one of
York.
the biggest
Yeah.
keys for them.
He is.
Yeah, I got the Knicks too. Like you said, it'll be big for New York. Nets Knicks Eastern Conference Finals. Oh my God!
You imagine if they face Boston or if they play all those teams right there.
Any to be honest, the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals is good for basketball.
Hell yeah.
It is great for basketball.
And it's been so long.
It's like
the Cowboys being good in football. We hate to see it, but it's good for the sport.
Yeah.
Like
Raiders.
Yeah, same there. We hate to see it, but when the Raiders are good, football is better.
Yeah.
It's way better.
Not really.
I mean, not for you being a Broncos fan. I'm sorry
It's okay,
about that.
Rich. It's all right, bro.
Not really, man. Not really.
But yeah, I got the Knicks too. Julius Randle, like you said, is tearing it up this year. It's crazy what getting into a new environment and like being able to like giving the keys to the car and like what that can do for a player. Like seeing him be able to grow and expand his game, taking threes. His post game has developed a lot this year.
He's got a solid jumper.
Yeah, his jumper looks nice. His touch around the rim.
They were saying that he's taking something that Kobe was telling him about every city he touched down. Go to a gym. Immediately. And you already starting to see.
It's paying so much dividends. You can tell he's so relaxed on the court. He's coming to his own. He's basically in his prime now, the beginning of his prime, and you're starting to see him grow as a player.
All right, well, I'm going to go with the Heat, man. Just because they were there last season, they're still right in that same top 6 seed. That's not a team you want to play against, man. They grit and grind themselves, and they got a defensive mindset. You just seen Haslam come in for the first freaking game. He hasn't played that long. And he's already throwing his hands with Dwight Howard.
That was set up.
I was like, wow, that's hilarious. I was like, I didn't even know this guy was still in the league.
That was a bouncer move right there. That was a hockey play right there.
Go get him.
Yeah, that was an enforcer move.
Shit, at that point, he should have went after Embiid.
Damn, that would have been nuts.
So I'm expecting them to make a move. We're just talking about Spoelstra. He's a great coach.
Yeah.
Butler ain't no one to mess with, and he's starting to get the rhythm back again. So I'm going Heat. This next one is, can you see a top 3 seed lose in the first round, either East or West? And if you do, who is the team?
East, no, I don't got none of the top 3 losing. West, it's a possibility all 3 of them could lose.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
reason that you can see.
Shit!
It would shock me. It would shock me, but it would be a weird situation. I don't know why my guts tell me Utah.
Yeah, I feel like that they're the
that's the team
that I think is going to lose first round.
It's like I want to believe in them so much, but at the same time, like.
But you want to know why I think that?
What's that?
Because they've done it before.
Oh,
they're the only 1 seed to lose to the 8 seed. That we believe team.
No, that was the Mavericks.
Oh, that was the Mavericks. That was the Mavericks. I just seen the white.
I seen it. I already see the future. It's the Jazz, man.
But that's crazy though. Like. They're going to be the second team to do it then, because I just feel like whoever ends up in that 8 seed matches up well with the Jazz.
I think it's more of like these guys have been so hot all year, like, you know, consistent and everything like that. Eventually, you got to run out of gas.
Yeah.
I think that this is going to be the part where they run out of gas. It's hard to see them like, you know, again, depending on who they're playing too. So. But to me, it's got to be, I think, the Jazz. If we had a pinpoint out of the 6 top teams, it's going to be. I don't see the Suns losing. They're fighting. I can see
them losing. I can see the Nuggets. Yeah, like the
Nuggets. The Nuggets are another one.
The reason why I say in the West, all 3 is just the teams that are at the bottom of the West
are usually
that's what I'm saying. So like, the Jazz are going to end up playing either the Lakers or the Warriors.
Yeah.
So they could possibly lose to both of those teams. In the East, I don't see the Sixers losing to the Wizards or the Pacers. I don't see that happening in 7 games.
I like the Wizards though.
I like the Wizards. I think they're going to be that team where it's like they get in and maybe it's like I hope they win, but they're going to fall short.
Like they'll push it like 6 games.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Suns losing, man. Ooh. And that's not really knocking the team. It's just I really believe the Lakers are gonna go against them. And like he just said, I do see all 3 teams couldn't possibly lose. The Nuggets ain't. I mean, you got Joker, but that's it. Jamal Murray's out. Yeah. You know, Malone
is Donovan Mitchell available for the Jazz?
Not yet.
That's what I'm saying. He might possibly miss the first round.
Yeah, they're gonna reevaluate his injury.
Yeah, so
that's huge.
So man, they could possibly all lose if that shit happens. That might be the first time in history.
Yeah, that's the first.
That'd be nuts. That's just thinking about that. Like,
Yeah,
man,
straight up. All right, well, let's get into this old segment. Who you got? We're going to start off with the MVP of the season. Who's the MVP, Juan?
I think this year Joel Embiid is, man, it's good to see a big man taking that reins again. You know what I mean? Like, I like the fact that he's bringing his basketball brand out way more this year than I've seen in the last couple years. The man is doing it all. He's doing assists, rebounding. He's filling the stat sheet every night.
Number one seed.
Number one seed. And like he always says, trust the process.
Yeah.
He's been trusting that process since he came into the league, and now it's paying off for him. And I think he pulls off with the MVP. I think I got him winning that one. Who you got, Rich?
He deserves it. He's a nice candidate. But I'm just going to switch it up a little. I'm going to go Joker, man. From the Nuggets. You know, he doesn't have Jamal Murray. Doesn't really even have that much weapons, in my opinion. You got Michael Porter Jr., but at the end of the day, you end up with the third seed. You pass the Clippers, the Lakers, and it's just you. You know, I don't know. I think he deserves it. He's an all-around player. I was listening to Jim Rome's podcast in the morning the other day, and he was talking to Malone, Coach Malone, and his comparison was Tim Duncan. And I was like, oh, that's pretty sick, bro.
You can see that.
I can kind of see
fundamental.
that. Yeah, like he don't think he's bigger than nobody. Yeah. He's just like, yep, I'm going to do what I got to do, get my triple assist, triple double, and end up in the number 3 seed. Yeah. So I'm going Joker, man. Who you got?
I'm going to go Embiid too. I just feel like bringing Doc Rivers in has helped him so much. You could tell Doc has transformed his game and told him, like, better stop shooting them damn three-pointers and get your big old butt down there on the block and dominate like you're supposed to.
Yep.
And I just feel like adding Doc Rivers to that coaching staff, and it's giving him someone that he can trust. Because I feel like a lot of the coaches he's had, he hasn't really been able to pinpoint who's really been in it for, like, winning or wants to see him succeed. I know it's not all about him, but you play better when you feel comfortable with your coach. Like, you trust him more.
When someone actually believes in you.
Yeah, when they believe in you. And they know, they give you the keys to the car and tell you this is your team. We're going to go how
even though Simmons is there.
Yeah, even though Simmons is there. But
he's telling them.
He knows, Ben Simmons knows that that's Joel Embiid's team. He's Batman. I mean, he's Robin to the Batman. You gotta accept it. And that's what I was talking about earlier. You gotta sit down and have these meetings. All these people in the NBA have been alpha men at one point. So they all have that I'm the man mentality. The last man on the bench can come out to the rec league and give anybody 40. So they all have that mentality. So just knowing, just that coach telling you, like, this is your team, we're going to go as far as you take us, gives the player so much more confidence.
And he's took it and he ran with it.
Yeah, you can see it, definitely.
Yeah, I can see Embiid definitely winning the MVP. I agree with you.
He's been nice this whole year. Like you said, it's a confidence booster, man. You know what I mean? It's when your coach tells you, hey, man, good job out there. You're like, I did that.
I got it.
So this next one, Defensive Player of the Year. Who you got, Isaiah?
I'm going to go Rudy Gobert again.
Rudy.
Yeah.
Shaq's boy.
Yeah. 13 rebounds. He averaging 13 rebounds, a steal, and 3 blocks. That's domination on the defensive end. It's hard to get 1 block in the game, and you're averaging 3. So you're guaranteed 3 blocks. I think there's a couple games this year where he's had double-digit blocks.
Fuck. That's ridiculous.
I think there was. I know for sure there was 1 game he had 10.
Damn. That's what? 3 per quarter?
Something like that.
Shit. Damn.
So yeah, that man. It's hard to go against him. Like, I wanted to pick Bam. I wanted to pick Bam so bad, but then I went and looked at the stats, and I was just like,
nah, he can't.
There's no way. There's no way.
You can't hate on Rudy at that point, huh? You got Rudy?
I got Rudy too, man. That guy, it's like that guy that goes into the game is like, I don't even give a shit about scoring points. I'm just going to go over there and just start to fucking block everybody, do my shit, and let's go.
You think that's all he trains?
You at this point, it kind of might be. Like, if he sees the ball up, if he sees the ball up there, he'll probably wham it down. But then after that, I mean, my dude runs back on the fucking line and goes back on defense. He's like, all right, who wants to really come in here?
Yeah, it's that presence.
Yeah.
So, and determines almost at one point who is the defensive player of the year. If
Yeah.
he's on the court and okay, like you're dribbling, whatever, you're taking the ball up, you're like, oh shit, that's Rudy down there. You could take it in at one point, go for a layup or something, but he's there. You might have to just kick it out.
Nah, you gonna stop short, shoot a
Pull
pull
up.
up.
That's your best bet. That's your best bet. And you better hope you hit it because he's going to grab that rebound.
Yep.
So we all agree Gobert, but I like Simmons too, though. I thought Simmons could have had a chance.
Simmons had a good year this year in defense.
But so this next one is most improved player, man. So I'm gonna go with Randall. I'm not sure if I should even ask you guys. I think this is a given.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Yep, it's got to be Randall, man.
It's got to be.
Step his game up
All the
around.
way
Gotta
around, man. Like, I mean, he was good before. He was a guy that, you got to respect the guy.
Role
Yeah.
player, maybe.
Yeah, you had back when he was with Lakers and with the Pelicans and all
yeah.
that. But I think as of like maybe middle of last season or maybe the season before, you started seeing this whole new beginning to him, and then now he's like, okay, when you talk about the Knicks, who you got to cover? Randall. That's the first thing you say. And, along with other teams, like, okay, who we got to cover? This person. This is the main.
Yeah.
This is the main guy here. Randall, I think, has developed that name for himself to where he's getting to that superstar level.
Yeah.
He's still in the All-Star. He's still an All-Star
Yeah,
guy.
he's still quite a ways, but he's reaching.
If he continues
He's
his
making the
development
climb. Yeah.
and doing what he's doing now and getting better at his game, he could be a superstar
Yeah.
within at least 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty bold.
Especially playing in that market.
Yeah.
Playing in New York, it's easy to become the face of whatever it is.
True.
So, like I said, I choose Randall too. Like you said, it just seems like he's starting to get it. He's starting to understand like his potential. A lot of those people in his age group, the Julius Randles and the Jordan Clarksons, and you can tell.
D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah,
that whole
D'Angelo
Laker
Russell,
group.
all that Laker group.
Yeah.
You can tell that Kobe had a real impact on them once they left.
Facts.
It wasn't as big when he was there, but once they left the Lakers, you can tell they started to be like, oh shit, I remember
That
when
shit
Kobe
makes
used
sense.
to say, he used to tell me I need to, oh, maybe I should. And it just, you notice their game start to develop. And with Randall, to me, it seemed like after Kobe's death, that's when a lot of these players started to, the Jason Tatums and the Donovan Mitchells and the De'Aaron Fox and all of them that respected Kobe and Kobe took in and brought in and started trying to teach them the nuances of the NBA. You've seen their game just fucking
Skyrocket.
take off.
Yeah.
And it's just paying homage and realizing that what he was trying to do was help them succeed.
Yeah, I'm all with it, man. I'm going to agree with both of you guys. Everything you guys said was spot on. I'm not even going to say anything else because that was everything you got to say about Randall. Goddamn. The next one is the sixth man of the year. I'm going to go with Clarkson from the Jazz. He's reminding me of like just the way he's coming off the bench. Kind of like Lou Williams, man. It's like he's just buckets all around. And he's putting up like, 20 points at one, like averaging 20. It's like he's a good guy coming off the bench. You got Donovan Mitchell. You had Conley. He's a perfect fit. Sixth man of the year to me.
Yeah, he's solid.
Who you got?
That one is kind of hard because there's a lot of guys that came in and they actually made a
Impact.
right out the gate, and actually a couple of times in the beginning of the season when Melo was coming off the bench, I was like, oh, this guy, he's gonna probably pull this one off, but then he starts starting and everything like that. At this point, I probably would have to give it to him too.
Clarkson.
Yeah, Clarkson, he's definitely solid.
Who you got, Isaiah?
Yeah, Clarkson. But since him and Ingles is on the same team, I say you just give him co six man. Just give it to both of them. I like Jordan Clarkson a lot. Anytime you can come off the bench and shoot 33 shots in a game,
God damn.
you definitely deserve some type of reward. But yeah, he's a scorer. He's a go getter. He, like you said, Lou Will. That's basically who it is. I think D Wade said if he can come back to the NBA, he'll want to come back as Jordan Clarkson.
Oh, I think I did see that
He
on
did
TNT.
say that,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
So-
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, because I like his game. I've always liked Jordan Clarkson's game.
I just now started liking his game. Honestly,
I've always loved his game.
His game's
Smooth.
kind of been real undercut, like under the wraps.
undercover,
yeah.
but he's always had that that score mentality.
He believes in
and that,
himself.
Yeah, and he
Confidence.
believes in himself. He has that confidence in himself. Even though he's been the ninth man on the bench, he's always come in and be like, I could give you 30 on any given night.
That's
Like,
dope.
That's a good thing to have on the bench.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. So this next one is Rookie of the Year.
AKA the popularity contest.
Somewhat.
Yeah, that's what
Can
it's
be.
called.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, I don't know if you could tell, but I would love to say Tyrese. Hallie, man. Hallie was he's been a thing to watch.
He's
Yes.
nice. He's nice.
He's
love him.
he's just
12th pick at that.
I'm not even gonna lie, when we picked him, I was like, what the fuck are we doing? I'm
Well,
not
he
even
fed
gonna lie.
us. He fed us.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was just like, are we really taking another point guard? But giving the guy the chance and actually seeing what he can do, what he does on the court, all the way around. My dude distrusts passes.
Oh, yeah.
He does it all. But I'm not gonna get in depth about it because unfortunately, the popularity contest is gonna go to Lonzo.
Lonzo?
LaMelo.
LaMelo.
Lonzo,
Wrong
you
ball.
a fucking rookie, bro.
Wrong ball. But LaMelo is gonna win the popularity contest.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
But
do
he's
I
a
think-
baller, though, man.
He's a baller, but is he a Halliburton?
I like LaMelo. I ain't gonna lie, man. LaMelo's nice.
He is.
He's nice.
Well, that's like saying Edwards isn't nice.
No,
Edwards is
yeah,
nice.
you're right. All three of them.
Yeah.
Those
All
three
three of
guys
them
are nice.
are legit. I wish I could say Halliburton, unfortunately, due to the circumstances with his injury, if he were to be able to still keep playing, I think he might have pulled it off. But they're going to give it to LaMelo, I think.
Isaiah?
Fuck that. I'm going Halliburton.
Hell yeah.
He's more consistent. He's more efficient. He's played more minutes than both of them this year. And just the impact he has on the court, like you were saying, every aspect of the game, he is going to touch rebounds, steals, assists, points. He's going, not even if it's not a steal, he's going to give you the deflections. He's going to give you the hockey assists. He's going to give you those little things that you need. LaMelo, it's nice to look at. It's like a nice car. You just put it in the garage, you don't drive it, you just like to look at it. It's like, oh yeah, I got that. Like, that's nice. I want that. Halliburton is that's something you drive every day. It's efficient. You use it.
last you
Good
long,
on
man.
gas. You're gonna have it for about 20 years,
Yeah.
and you're gonna run it till the wheels fall off. And at the end, you're gonna look at it and be like, God damn it, I love that car.
That's a nice one, man. But I'm going to go with the nice car, man, because if something goes wrong with it, I'll just go fix it. Fix the engine, and I'm still mobbing in a nice car. I'm going to go with LaMelo. You give me a clean little whip with some nice rims. I'll throw some speakers on there, some slap. I'm cruising with LaMelo, man. He's nice. He's a show and all. He sells tickets, but he'll school you, man. If you try to guard him, try to go for a little steal, cross you over, behind the back pass, throw an alley-oop. He's doing some crazy shit. It's looking like and one out there, street ball.
That's kind of what it does look like. I remember we watched, I think it was the Kings and the Hornets that one night. We're watching that game together, and he did just one of the sickest little moves, man. He just drove to the lane and then just
Behind the back,
just like
yeah.
that.
Lightweight like Jay Willish kind of.
Very close. His passing
I don't want to say
abilities,
Jay Will, it's kind of hard for us to say that, but kind of.
he has a good eye for
his-
dropping them.
His
He can drop 'em.
swagger about the game is very Jay Willish. The way he's more of a persona than a basketball player. That's how I see, to be honest, all of them. The whole, like, him and his brother. But Lonzo this year proved that he's an actual basketball player.
Yep.
But LaMelo, I just feel it's more of it's a show for him.
It is.
He
It's a
likes
popularity thing.
Yeah, he likes the attention. He wants to make the fancy passes. With Tyreek,
Sometimes it's not even necessary.
yeah, Halliburton does it, but he does it when it's needed. I'm gonna look him off this way so that the defense goes this way so I can make this pass.
Yep.
LaMelo will just be coming down court and just doesn't even have to do it and he'll skip and throw it behind his head and stuff. So
There you
I
go.
mean, yeah, he's gonna win it though. Of course he's gonna.
Well, I like the way you stood up for Hallie, man.
Yeah, man.
Cheers,
that's my
cheers,
guy,
cheers,
man.
to
Cheers,
Hallie.
cheers for Hallie. Yeah, there we
yeah.
go.
Last one, man. Coach of the year. Who's winning that one? Want me to go? I'll go. I got Monty from the Suns, man. I think he's gonna take it. Last year, they had that 8-game win streak in the bubble. Didn't make the playoffs, but you couldn't do anything more. He won 8 in a row. That's the 8 games he had, and then go into this next season and end up number 2 seed.
That's huge.
You had a CP3, yes, he's another coach on the floor, but Monte got them in his system, believe in his system, and playing well, man. I'm going Monte.
You want to go ahead and take this one first?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Coach Tibbs. I'm gonna
Amen.
take Tibbs.
Same here.
Like we were saying, when the Knicks are good, it's good for basketball. And Tibbs brought that back to New York. Like we said, it reminds me of the old Bulls teams. They got it structured the same. He went out and got the 2 people that he needed the most with those teams, with Derrick Rose and Taj Gibson. And then he just built around Julius Randle with those 2. You got quickly
RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett, his development. You can tell Tibbs went in this year and told him, we don't care about scoring points. We're going to play defense. We're going to stop them from scoring, and then we don't got to worry about scoring anymore. We just got to make sure we stop them. And they're doing a real good job. I wish we can get a coach that teaches defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree, man. The Knicks, dude, with Thibodeau. At first, I was like, dude, he's bringing the whole entire old school Bulls team.
It does look like that, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, you saw
Can't
the
be mad at
success.
him, though. Yeah.
You saw the success he had with that Bulls team.
Yep, rumor has it they're going to get Noah, too.
Fuck it, might as well. Shit.
Yeah, everybody. But
I say Tibbs, man. I do agree with the whole Monty pick. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
But like you said, he's got an actual coach on the court. So I mean, if anything, maybe Chris Paul can get Coach of the Year.
Well, yeah, man. So now it's open floor. I did want to get into it. I want to get into the Clippers, man. Like, what's up with them, man? Like, you got Kawhi Leonard. You know, you won the championship with the Raptors. A lot of hype, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting Kawhi. He's a hell of a player. But, you know, they were putting him on the tier with LeBron, even Durant. But now it's like you had Paul George. You went to the Clippers. They were number 8 seed. They almost gave the Warriors a run for their money at that time. And now it's like, we forgot about the Clippers. We didn't mention them once.
Paul George, simple as that, man.
Paul George?
I think he seems like he's.
You had Doc Rivers. You sent him to the Sixers. Like, is it it can't be coach.
What would happen if you took away Paul George?
What do you mean?
Well, trade him.
Oh,
Get rid of him. Get rid of him completely. I believe that he is the reason why these teams don't succeed. Why didn't he succeed in Indiana?
Well, he was the guy, though. He was the guy there, man.
Okay, but he had a supporting cast.
If they had
but he had the supporting cast.
If they had Paul George from the Pacers now, they'd be right there, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so why wasn't Oklahoma successful?
Because what people don't realize is he suffered a terrible injury.
Yeah, not nasty.
Terrible injury.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot, I just remembered it. The leg, fuck.
Yeah, that USA.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, like that was devastating, and that not only messes with your game, that messes with your confidence.
Yeah.
You gotta, and I'm not saying like it comes back immediately. That can take years to get back. It could be years to where he feels comfortable, like jumping off of that foot like how he used to, or taking 2 steps the way he used to, or I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but
The back of his mind, he's
he's
always
always
thinking
thinking like, damn, my leg can snap at any moment. Like
That's
God
scary.
damn, like, but that's no excuse. He does seem to fade away once the playoffs come.
Yep. Playoff P, right?
Yeah, they call him playoff P. But I just think with the Clippers, there's no hierarchy. Like I was saying earlier, you sit down and have those talks. I don't think they have those.
No?
They're not decisive when it comes.
How about West
to,
being the GM? Or he left already?
No, he probably still the GM.
Clippers? Okay.
But I just feel like they're too indecisive when it comes to end of game situations and clutch situations. They don't know who's the guy. Who's the guy? Is
Like
it
they don't have that
Kawhi?
structure.
Yeah, they don't
Like that
have
good
that.
structured
Okay, if
foundation.
this happens, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
If this happens, this is what we're gonna do. It's like, okay, if this happens, then shit, Kawhi save us.
Yeah.
And if you can't save us, shit. Give it to Paul George. But damn, don't give it to him first. Wait, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's wide open on
Yeah.
the 3 line, but I don't know if we should give it to him.
So
Do
it's
that
like-
one shot you did that one year.
Exactly. With the Lakers, they know, like, okay, We're going to put the ball in Bron's hands. If you're open, take the shot.
Plan A, plan
if
B.
not, find the open player. If not, AD come to the ball. Like, you have that hierarchy. You have that chain of demand or chain of command. The Clippers, I feel like they feel like they're so equal that they can't.
Take a step back.
Yeah, because Kawhi's not a very talkative person.
Yeah.
So he's not going to go to somebody and say, like, hey, this is my shit. Give me the ball.
Well, I got a question. I question that a little. You know, you're supposed to be a superstar, and they put you in the talks with LeBron and KD. Why aren't you that guy, though? You know,
I don't think he wants it.
Personality, I think.
yeah, it's hard to question if he wants it.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, like, why you did the Spurs? You had the big three there, man. That's the most underrated big three almost ever. You had Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, and then you had Kawhi there. Now you go to the Raptors. Yeah, they had a whole fundamental team already, so they just needed that guy.
Yeah.
And the East wasn't that strong. Now you go into Clippers. Are we just gonna give him a pass though? Because if that was LeBron, would be
LeBron-
like, well, fuck
If
it.
that was KD either, like if KD went into that same situation, we'd be saying the same thing we'd be saying about
Yeah.
LeBron. Maybe a little bit softer because KD gets the pass all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
yeah.
but I think it's because what do interviews with Kawhi look like?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I'm saying.
No. That's it. But I mean, he's never been that voice of
Hey,
anyone.
been
what,
outspoken.
what did Marshawn Lynch say?
He's just here so he doesn't get fined.
Okay, but he was still a voice in that locker room.
I think it's a different kind of a presence, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm really thinking, like, I've never seen him
Interact with his team.
show that you see it from Curry all the time.
Yeah.
You see it from all these other guys all the time. But, like, you never see him take the reins of that team when they go into a timeout, the huddle, like, hey, this is you don't ever see that. He just goes, sits down, puts his towel on, grabs his Gatorade, and then just listens.
He's
Not even
basically
that.
saying
you,
that,
you
though.
don't even gotta yell or be like. I've never seen Kawhi pull somebody to the side and be like, "Hey, bro, like,
Anything. Yeah.
all right, bro, you got it. All right, we good."
Yep.
Like, I've never seen that at all. If he's interacting with somebody, it's literally somebody talking to him and him just going,
On his head. Yep.
That's something that's kind of like discouraging if you
Yeah.
think about it. Like, okay, bro, you're supposed to be the head honcho of my team.
That's
you
what I'm
know,
saying. That's what
Supposedly,
I'm saying. Like,
and you're not giving us.
why is it that the media doesn't ever?
Because they won't get shit out of them.
Yeah.
You won't get nothing out of them.
But yeah,
How
when
come
they-
you don't voice your opinion to your teammates, Kawhi? And that's it. You just
fuck you.
forget about it. And then they win 2 games in a row, and then okay, yeah, he's good.
"He's
Forget
good.
about
Yeah,
it,
forget about it. It doesn't matter."
But overall, talent wise, though, he has it. Like
Yeah,
he still
he
does.
definitely has.
You
it.
know,
I think yeah,
definitely.
because you still got to. I think if you go to a game plan against the Clippers, your first guy
Yeah, it's
is
Kawhi.
Why?
Paul George,
But defense end too, though. He shut your ass down.
he could do that.
Yeah,
The claw.
You
Definitely.
didn't get that in for no reason.
Well, shit, man, that's all we got for this episode. Thank you guys for joining, man. Isaiah, first time. Hopefully, we have you back on.
yep, definitely.
You know, you had a good time. Everything
Yes,
was
sir.
good.
Yes, sir.
All right, Juan, we'll
Yep.
be back at it.
Oh yeah, we'll be back.
All right, man. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
See you guys.
Yep.
Next one.